All right, let's take a look here at number 13, and the directions we're given say graph the equation by determining the missing values needed to plot the ordered pairs. All right, so we've been given a linear equation here, y plus x equals 3, and then we've been given three distinct ordered pairs, and you'll notice that we're missing the y value, the y coordinate from each of these ordered pairs. So what we're being asked to do is take this equation and plug in the x value into the equation so that we can then solve for our missing y. And once we have the y from all three of these points, we'll then have a completed ordered pair, three of them. We're then going to plot these points on the graph and see what our line looks like. So let's go ahead and do that. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and plug in a 2. So we're given y plus, and let's plug in 2, equals 3. Well, here, if we distribute a positive sign, a plus, right, nothing happens except the parentheses go away, so we end up with y plus 2 equals 3, and if we want to solve for y, we'll subtract 2 from both sides, and so we end up with y equals 1. So, for this particular linear equation, when x is 2, the corresponding y value is 1, and so now we have this ordered pair. We're going to do the same thing now for 3. Let's take a look. Well, y plus, now we're going to plug in 3 for x, because remember, this is x, y, right? x, y, x, y. So let's plug in 3 and evaluate. Well, again, if we distribute, we still end up with y plus 3 equals 3, and solving for y, we'll subtract 3 from both sides, so we end up with y equals 0. So for this linear equation, when the x is 3, the corresponding y value is 0. And lastly here, we'll plug in 1. So we have y plus 1 equals 3. So y plus 1 equals 3. Subtract our 1. And so we end up with y equals 2. So for this given linear equation, when x is 1, the corresponding y value is 2. So now we have three ordered pairs. Let's go ahead and plot these 3 points and see what our line looks like. Let's plot 2, 1. 2, 1. There's the first point. Let's plot 3, 0. So 3, 0. We go 3 on the x, don't go up or down on the y. And lastly, we'll go to 1 on the x and then up to 2 on the y. And we see that our points all line up nicely. We'll pretend that I'm able to create a straight line freehand, but there we go. There's what our given line looks like. And of course, you could verify this in your graphing calculator if you wanted to. You could take this equation, solve it for y. So if we're given y plus x equals 3, solve for y. So we'll subtract x from both sides, and that'll give us y equals negative x plus 3. You'll put this negative x plus 3 into your plot screen, the y equals screen. You could then graph the line, and you would visually see that our two lines look similar. All right, so there we have it, number 13. I'll see you at number 14.